doing?
Don't be mad, but your bike is currently on a trailer.
I'm going through a tunnel. I can't hear you.
What?
This is the biggest bike I had ever ridden, and I was going to do 3,000 U-turns on it. And since I had already done 9,000 U-turns on my bike, I was going to reach the Bruce Lee expert number of 10,000 U-turns on this bike.
Bruh.
Actually, I'd pass it. If I could unlock the secret to easy U-turns on this 900-pound beast, I could master U-turns on any bike, right? So, in theory, after this challenge, even Bruce Lee would be scared of me.
Day 1, 18 feet U-turns. Just rode the bike 1,000 miles from Pennsylvania. I mean, I didn't do a single U-turn on those 1,000 miles because I wanted to wait until I got home in case anything goes wrong. I can have some help picking it up because I haven't learned how to do that yet. I know a lot of you are gonna say that you shouldn't ride a bike until you know how to pick it up. I've been doing that for 7 years. I do that wrong.
I started day 1 by establishing a baseline on the exercises I'd be repeating 100 times a day for 30 days.
So I've got the intersection set up at 18 feet by 36, going right into motor cop dimensions. No more MSF 20 by 50 boxes. Every 5 to 8 minutes, you want to make sure you turn off the bike and tie the clutch back so you can help let it cool and give the rear brake a break too.
About halfway through the challenge, I would see firsthand just how bad skipping that could be. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, I wanted to train with some of the craziest, most skilled riders on the planet. No, not that kind. Motor police officers. I finally found a police department that actually responded to my emails, and I got approval from the motor instructors. But there was one caveat. I had to bring my own bike, and I still needed final approval from the deputy chief. I didn't know when that could be, so I had to be ready at any moment.
Since I'm throwing the cones everywhere, I'm gonna reduce the cones for now until I get a little better at this.
So this is the Bikes and Beard Old Police Harley that I picked up from the bearded mechanic. So shout out to Craig and Sean for letting me borrow this bike so that I can practice as closely as possible to motor police officers. And although the 80-hour motor police course requires a whole variety of drills, I asked my old Jedi Master, a retired motor police officer and instructor that has been teaching civilians for the past 25 years, what did I need to do to be ready?
Even though the exercises will look different, it's the hardest one is the figure eight. So if you could do the figure eight in the parking lot, you should be able to do it at the motor course.
Okay.
I could only hope that the motor police training of today wasn't too different from what they were doing back then.
So right there, those little lines, 18 feet. And then out here is 2 feet. So I'm gonna try to stay within here. Try to do 18 feet circle with a 22-foot circle grace. Try to practice going within the cones. My hand. Why do Harleys have to have such hard clutches? All right, well this, the bike just died. It just literally stalled, and then the clutch, it's just not working. Normally I tape this open for every like 5 to 10 minutes, and I just forgot to do that. I'm gonna see if maybe it'll cool and come back to life for like long enough to ride it home. I don't know what just happened, but the clutch came back to life. I called the dealership to see if I should keep my appointment. They're saying that if it's acting dead once, it's probably gonna keep slipping, so something's wrong with it. Don't want that clutch going out on me again on the road, so. That is so cool. Now we are at Killer Creek Harley Davidson.
Looking at $999.88.
Oh! Fixing the clutch was about $700. The battery was really old, so that was an additional $300. So I'm at about $1,000. Oh!
Some of you may be wondering, this is Sean's bike from Bikes and Beards, so don't they pay for some of this stuff? I also believe if someone is going to lend you something, you should return it in the same or better condition, or be prepared to replace it. Plus, Sean's got a ton of cool bikes, and I'm really hoping he's gonna let me ride more of them. No, not that one. I am not trying to get myself killed. Can we just talk about how much this bike has been through? Craig and Sean taking it off road, putting nitrox on it, riding it 1,000 miles home, and this one little thing breaks. And now it's completely out of commission.
My arm is literally so sore. It is, I have never felt this kind of soreness in these muscles. Harley, what the hell?
So apparently the Police Harley models are made with a heavy duty clutch. Jerry emailed me and said that I need to squeeze this thing 3 times a day for 5 minutes so that I can handle that clutch all day practicing slow speed skills.
I'll be honest, all these U-turns are starting to get real monotonous.
But the thing about monotony is that you're doing something a lot, over and over and over again. And when you do that, that's when you really start to see results.
Last day of U-turns, finally!
And finally, 3,000 U-turns on this 900-pound bike, 12,000 U-turns in the past year. It was time to compare the results. So apparently, the secret to mastering the U-turn on the biggest, most intimidating bikes is just practice.
Okay, can we just talk about how I rode this 1,000 miles home, I just did 3,000 U-turns on it, and I have not dropped it.
Need help picking it up?
Maybe. That was gonna be my next challenge.